Hi, everybody. I wanted to just take a moment and share with you a little bit about who I am and how I came to be a coach and why it's important to me. I started this journey 16 years ago, and it came into my world where I always joke and say, doors open and close for a reason. Well, this door just kind of started opening and has continued to open wider and wider as I've gone on the journey. But the main reason that when it occurred, that I really jumped into it was I could start slow. I didn't have to build a huge company or business. I could learn and grow and develop, and I have through the years. After 16 years, I've coached over 2,800 hours, over 600 people in many areas, from technology, individuals who are, designing self-driving cars, VPs, mid-managers, and I've met not one person that has been the same. Everybody's been unique and different, but there has been some common themes throughout. And one of them is around compassionate leadership. And I define compassionate leadership as empathy plus action. So we're looking for having empathy for our teams, but we also have to be able to make sure that they continue to have some type of an action. One of the things that I've noticed and have come across in the recent years, and because I was a caregiver for my mom, more than likely for 10 years, I have ran into individuals who are juggling. They're not just juggling working and caring for their teams, but they have families and they have elder parents that they're caring for. And so there is a cost to caring. And that one is a huge one. It's $300 billion a year. And it's just on having stress and fatigue. So when we think about that large of a number, what is it that we can do? One of the first things I did over 17 years ago, I had started a program because at that time I was in behavioral health. And so I was doing evidence-based practices. And one of the classes and trainings that I had was on compassion fatigue. And nobody really heard about what fatigue was or what it wasn't and all of those things. So fatigue and burnout are a little bit different. Fatigue is about that caring piece and being in that arena of caring for loved ones, and it can be triggered in different ways. But they actually started studying this back in the 1950s around nurses. And burnout is really where I always say to people, if you've hit burnout, it's where you're like, do I still love my job? And you're like, yes, but you probably have the fatigue part. If you're at the point where you're like, no, I'm just tired, I'm done, then you've hit that burnout phase. And that's a lot of stress factors that are coming into play. That's why I like that Renew You group coaching that I've been talking so much about, because it actually takes you through a 3-month journey. And it starts you off with finding some goals, finding some things that bring life to your life again. Um, it really looks at that wheel of life, but it takes it into a different place because it asks you to have an action. So you're going to look at all the areas of your life and where are the areas that are lacking that you might want to focus more on. And that's within the first month. And then the second month, we're going to get rid of stuff. We're going to get rid of things that are bogging you down, that might be helping lead to that fatigue. And then in the next step, the third month, we actually go and build on that. And then we start building a better team for you. Who are those individuals who you need to have in your life to help support you, to help care for you? I was very blessed when I took care of my mom that I had two great individuals who stepped up in a big way. And they came in and they helped me take care of my mom at the final ends of where she was. And then when she passed, they came back in and just gave me support and love. And so that's what I want from this group for you. I want you to be able to know that you're supported, that you're cared for, that you are working with somebody who has been through it as well. So drop me a line and let me know if you're interested. I would love to connect with you. I would love to have a conversation with you. And I would love to be able to not just be that coach who says, great job, but how can I be of best service to you? And that's what I'm truly about. So let's learn how to not balance life, because we really can't. How boring that would be if we were on a teeter-totter and we'd just be staring at each other if it was balanced. It's more of an ebb and flow of life. And that's what I want to help you explore and work with you on. And that is just one of the areas that I work on with individuals. There's also time management and change management. And I've started offering trainings again. So drop me a line. Let me know if you're interested. I would love to connect.